I've seen a lot of mixed reviews of it. I don't even know. All right, breaking. So IGN scores Crimson Desert a 6 out of 10. Just off that alone, I think it's going to be a pretty good game. Like Crimson Desert, if you score something a 6 out of 10, you know it's going to be good, right? Because it's IGN. It's usually the games that they give 7 or higher. Those games are pretty bad, and then the games that they give like very low scores. It seems low, but it's usually because they don't play the games. Like they don't finish them. They don't play enough of it to understand, or they get someone who's like for example, they get like a ball and gun gamer, and that guy is the one reviewing the game instead of like someone who's enjoys the style of game that they're playing. So we'll see. Let's see. So this game is same outlet that gave Dustborn a 7, Concord a 7. So this game is worse than Concord. And Dragon Age the Veilguard a 9. None of these games I played. Like none of these games anyone played. So I don't. But I'm definitely going to be playing Crimson Desert. So we'll see how that goes. I did hear it's a slow burn to start off with, but so we have a 9 as Dragon Age the Veilguard, and that was notoriously a bad game. I purposely didn't get it just because when I first heard it was announced, I was excited about it, and then you're just like, oh cool, this is gonna be great. This looks like an interesting premise, interesting story. I think there was one before. There's multiple other Dragon Ages, but I never played any of them, and I was going to get into this one until it dropped, and I was like, yeah, no thanks. And a lot of people felt that exact same way. Dustborn, I don't know very much about this game, and I'm sure we all know this game. Like we all know this one. Everyone knows Concord. It's the perfect 7 game. I'm pretty sure they rated Highguard also a 7 out of 10. So they even rated Highguard higher than this. So Crimson Desert must suck, according to these guys. So Metacritic, based on 294 score predictions from our social followers, the aggregate Metascore prediction from Crimson Desert is 86.7, and now that is more aligned where I would have guessed it would be. Like, so check back in just over 2 hours to see how close we are. Cool. Okay, so they think it's going to end up going around 86.7. The game's not even out yet. This is just all early release stuff. It's really not even out. There we go. Nice. So Metacritic is saying like we got a 79. That's like where they think it's going to go. And then here are all the other gaming like companies who are like, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. And it's so funny because a lot of these are the ones that I trust the least. Like I really don't trust like IGN. Like who does though, you know? But so different sects of IGN have it rated differently. It's like, so there's IGN France, like it's 8 out of 10 up here, but whoever reviewed it down here is a 6 out of 10. Which one do you go with, right? I guess all of these down here, these guys you can just disregard, right? This is what matters the most to me. It's like the user experience. Everyone who is actually spending their money on the game, buying the game, what do they think? The people who play things like RPGs for a living, like what do they think? You know? So let's see. Early impressions from content creators. Yes, the game is real. Yes, it's fucking awesome. Combat feels fresh, takes some practice, but plays unlike any combat system they've seen before. The target audience is content lovers. So this phrasing like could be good or bad. Like in my opinion, content lovers could be like I'm a guy who loves a game with a lot of content, but sometimes content can be so over and like so bloated that it doesn't matter. Excuse me. Like it doesn't matter that there's a lot of content because that content is boring and it feels more like fluff. I like my content to feel like a steak and not a marshmallow. You know, I like it when you do the side quests, because the quests are extremely engaging. Like when I played The Witcher 3, I can't remember if I 100% of that game, if I did every side quest that's in the game, but I did every side quest that I could find, and it was because they were just so damn interesting. And I think that like a lot of games miss that part, where it's just like, hey, sometimes when you do a side quest, it's even better when a side quest leads in to the actual story of a game, and it makes them much more intuitive to want to find. It makes you want to go after these things, because it's like, hey, this is also going to affect my main quest. It isn't just going to level me up, but maybe this NPC I'm helping now is going to be able to help me later because I did his side quest, right? Stuff like that. I really enjoy those things. That's like a big thing for me with like JRPGs. Like they do that all the time, and it's awesome when they do it. So let's see. So target audience is content lovers and those who love getting deeply immersed and exploring every nook and cranny. Alright, that's cool. Massive amount of content. This isn't a game you can finish in a few days. That's also cool. Like, it depends on the type of game. Like I said, like I did not enjoy Assassin's Creed Valhalla because of this, because the world did not feel fun, and a lot of the side quests felt bloaty and as if they were afterthoughts and not part of the main meat, or not something that the directors wanted to actually just put in, right? So creators got to play around 6 hours with the preview embargo landing on March 4th. Alright, that's cool. Like, let's see, what are people saying? This is a game built just for me. Yeah, see, so I know a lot of people are going to be saying this. Exploring every nook and cranny in a deeply immersive world is practically my calling card. I have the deluxe edition pre-ordered. Oh man, I'm locked in and ready to play this. Yeah, this dude's locked. He's on it right now. I'm about to get on it too. I just needed to make sure it was fully downloaded first, and I couldn't even open it until 6 o'clock, which is weird. It is weird that they drop the game, and then the game, you can't actually play it until after like a certain time, right? Like you're normally, like most games drop at like midnight, and people take off work just to play it. Review embargo lifting 2 weeks before launch tells me they're quite confident. Yeah, like that's a good indicator, I would say. Let's see. So what did this guy say? Oh, sorry. It's a girl. Oh my gosh, it's a girl. Now, so why is no one talking about the narrative side of Crimson Desert? What about the story? The cinematics look solid for sure, but the plot is held together with thumbtacks and vibes. That's not going to matter. I just have a gut feeling that no matter how much gameplay content it throws at me, this might not be my cup of tea. I hope proper gameplay videos start dropping soon so I can figure out whether there's an actual story there or just very expensive cutscenes. And then this is one of the actual criticisms I've seen of Crimson Desert. The criticism that I've seen the most is that the gameplay is amazing and it's very fun, but the story is lackluster. And I haven't seen people say that I've watched a couple reviews that none of them said it was bad, but they weren't glazing it. They weren't on their knees for this story, and to some people that's a problem because they take story very, very seriously. And I am kind of in the middle of that camp, where it's like, I want a good story, but I can play a game that I don't think has a very good story if I think the gameplay is fun. I think gameplay is most important, then then the story elements come into play, right? I think gameplay most important, then I think the structure of the missions and each individual objective, I think the design of those is probably second most important to me. And then it's more like story and then graphics. Like it goes on a tier list. Maybe I'll make a tier list about everything about a video game and what I like, rating S tier. Like, this is what I need. I need this in a game to be enjoyable, and then going down the list. But I would say gameplay is the most important, right? I played a lot of for example, a game that doesn't have a good story. I don't think it has a good story, but it was very fun to play, at least for the beginning, the first 20, 30 hours, I was having a blast with it, and that's Kingdom Come Deliverance. I thought, no, sorry, not Kingdom Come Deliverance. Dragon's Dogma. That's the game I'm thinking of. So Dragon's Dogma is a game that you play, and it's like a game that you play. Yeah, of course. The gameplay kind of grips you. It's really fun. It has really compelling gameplay, and you get to choose different, like your different classes, and then you have your minions that come and help you. And it's very fun for the first, I would say, very, very fun for about 30 hours. And then after you get there, it's like, okay, so is there more depth to this? The answer is not really, right? I really grinded really hard and then got all the way up to, towards the end, you're able to get the trickster class, and I thought it was just so unique and cool because you don't actually attack anyone, and the whole gimmick of the character is that he brings aggro to himself, so your minions will just finish off the fight for you, and then you just get really strong minions, and then they just destroy everything, and they can never die because everyone's trying to attack you, but you have so many defensive options that if you're really good with it, you'll almost never die. And it's actually like, you can do this with basically any character in that game, but it's just so easy. And part of the negatives of the gameplay is that it was easy, and then there was no story to back up the negative aspects of the gameplay, right? And not to mention, there's only like 10 different types of enemies in the game, so there's no variety. They keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then it gets to a point where you are trying to kind of grinding the exact same enemies over and over again to level up and do these things, whatever. But that's an example though of a game that isn't very good, like story wise, but I still played it. I played it a lot. I think I had like 50 or 60 hours in that game. I don't know. I played it a lot. I never beat it, of course, because I have serious like completion anxiety when it comes to games. I don't know why it is. I get to the end, and a lot of times I do the I'm sorry, I'm just ranting, guys. I just do the side quest. I do it over and over again. I do so many different side quests, and then I get to the main story eventually. But mostly, I play almost every side quest I can in games that I really like, and then I get to the end, and it's like, oh man, this game's about to end. Oh, all right, time to stop playing. I don't want it to end yet, so I stop playing. I'm like, all right, I'm done. And then I'll be like, hey, I'll come back and finish it eventually. I'll come back and finish it. I still need to finish it, right? So that's kind of how I stand on it.